Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Marvel Legends Juggernaut series Iceman. So yes, here we have the recently released Iceman. More modern design than some of the previous Marvel Legends figures, and honestly, we kind of needed a new Iceman because there really hasn't been a especially good Marvel Legends one in my opinion. But this one is pretty cool, and certainly something worth picking up to add to your X-Men roster. So let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Iceman. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Iceman is pretty standard Marvel Legends scale, and of course, therefore, still much bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. Now, let's go ahead and get everything else out of here and just look at Iceman. Moving on to our 360 spin, here you can see Iceman. He is pretty much entirely blue, a transparent sort of plastic. It's actually quite interesting looking. I tried to avoid using the word cool looking there, because that would be a pun. Other than that, it's mostly standard musculature, although he does have the occasional little jutting out pieces of ice on the forearms, hands, and lower legs, but that's pretty much the only interesting thing going on with the actual sculpt work, and he has an extra piece plugged into his back that adds a little bit of a sculpt on the shoulders and back area there. All in all, perfectly acceptable. Looks like Iceman, nothing to really complain about. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt wise, I think it's done pretty well. The actual face is kind of faceted, which adds to the ice sort of theme, and then the hair, or just the top of his head, I guess, is very spiky, and there's a lot of ice-esque detail going on there. The only actual paint work is the eyes, which are painted a kind of slightly reflective white, maybe kind of pearlescent, but not massively noticeable. All in all, very neat and perfectly acceptable head for Iceman. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, you get pretty standard Marvel Legends articulation. Ball disc and head, that goes up and down, side to side. Butterfly joints in the shoulders, move in and out. Ball joint shoulders, move in and out, forward and back. Bicep cut, double joint elbows, wrist hinge and rotation. Abdominal joint, waist cut, hips go in and out, forward and back. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and hinge and pivoting in the ankles. He's certainly got enough articulation to get him into any pose you really need to, I think. But I don't know if it's the kind of plastic they used or something, but his joints move overly smoothly, to the point where they're almost loose, so they feel a bit unstable, so he doesn't hold some poses as well as I would like. It may just be mine, but I thought I would mention it in case it's a global issue. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to some accessories. Accessories-wise, Iceman doesn't really come with any proper accessories other than this thing that plugs into his back, but I've found that you can use it to sort of sit on other things and make it look like he's freezing them if you don't want it on his back. While that's not what it's meant for, I just thought that was kind of a neat extra use for it. And of course he comes with his piece of Juggernaut, which is certainly important if you want to make Juggernaut. That wraps it up for Iceman and all of his accessories, so let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Iceman comes in the standard Marvel Legends packaging, Build-A-Figure Juggernaut, Legends Series, big window there, X-Men, Iceman. On the back, picture of the figure, little description, and other figures that are available, Build-A-Figure Juggernaut, Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, Iceman, Havoc, Rogue, Phoenix, Cable, and Deadpool. I've already reviewed Wolverine, now Iceman, Rogue, Cable, and Deadpool, and I'll review the other ones as I happen to pick them up. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Iceman. Alright, that wraps it up for Iceman. So until next time, goodbye. Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you would like to see my future content. If not, run away. Run away and never return. Also, feel free to support me on Patreon at patreon.com/vrreviews. Follow me on Twitter at VenomRaptor09, or follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/vrreviews. Thank you, and goodbye.